Hi guys, welcome back to the Totally Magic channel. Whatever time you happen to be watching this video, then a very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you all. And we have a great little card trick for you today. In fact, it's an amazing card trick because with the help of a spectator, you're going to get them to choose a card and you're going to know what it is. But unlike doing it the traditional way, where you take a card and I name it, I'm going to do it in reverse. You see, I'm going to name the card that you are going to call out. Now, I know which card you're going to think of before we even start. If I keep it in my mind, you're not going to believe that I knew it. But what if I commit myself by writing in my wallet? I've got some business cards and I'm going to write the name of the card that I believe, no, not believe, I know you're going to pick. And remember, you do have a choice of 52 cards from the pack. So I'm going to write down exactly the card. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, that is definitely the card that you're going to pick, just there. So we come to the pack. We don't even need to remove them. I just need you to name the card that you are thinking of. 52 to choose from. Are you ready? Name it now. Queen of Clubs is the card you're thinking of. Now, do you want to change your mind? You can choose a different one if you so wish. Now, let's just get the pack. There's no cards left in the box. Now, they are just a regular deck. Let's look for your card, the Queen of Clubs. That's the card that you chose. Are there any duplicates in there? Trust me, there's no duplicates. Just double check that there's no duplicates. There's a Queen of Hearts, but there's definitely no more Queen of Clubs. No, happy with that? So the card that you just called out happened to be this one, the Queen of Clubs. It could have been any. But remember, I wrote on this card the exact card that you would pick. Have a look. It's not your card. Well, no, I didn't say I was going to write the actual name. You see, I wrote 22. You're not going to believe this, but were you counting? When we went through the pack, did you know that this card was the 22nd card down from the top? Isn't that amazing? I jest. What I do want to show you is that these cards, not only are they regular, but every card is numbered. Look, on the back there are numbers. If you'd chosen the Ace of Diamonds, it would have been the 4. If you had chosen the 4 of Spades, it would have been a 3. If you had chosen the King of Clubs, it would have been 31. The Jack of Diamonds is 5. The Queen of Hearts is 52. But I think you get the picture. Every single card in this pack has a different number from 1 to 52. You chose one card and one card only, the Queen of Clubs. I said you would pick 22. You're not going to believe this, but it is the card with the number 22 on there. And that is incredible. Out of all of these cards, that is it. Number 22. Amazing as it seems, we've already seen there's no duplicate cards in here. Okay, they've all got different numbers on. In fact, you take them, please take them, examine, check. No duplicate cards, nothing stuck together, no special cards or numbers, no replication of numbers. This is an amazing card trick. Practice and enjoy. Here is the tutorial for this very simple trick. Now, this particular effect is one that we actually performed on the channel about 3.5 years ago. If you go back and have a look, slight different variation, but it's exactly the same method. The reason I've rehashed it, there's quite a few commercial versions out there on the marketplace that achieve the same outcome, but they do it a different way. I wanted to show you a very simple way of doing this. Let's first of all just show you what we've got here. First of all, you need a deck of playing cards. Okay, now what I say to you, you're all magicians watching this, so I'm sure you've all kept those old grubby packs. You know, once they get grubby, we tend to throw them in a drawer. Go and grab those, because you don't want to ruin a perfectly new deck. So grab an old deck of cards, and what you're going to do is write numbers on every single card, 1 to 52. It doesn't matter what the numbers appear on, just 1 to 52 on every single card. Just get a nice bold felt tip. Okay, works better on red back cards rather than blue. I always find with the blue back cards it's very difficult to see what's written on the back, so red back are the better ones. So what you now need to do is to pick out a picture card, and I prefer a picture card to have on the face of the pack. That's important. I know you're going to say, but how comes you're using this 9 of hearts? The only reason I use this in this tutorial on performance is because I want to show you clearly what's actually happening here. In my case, I've chosen the 9 of hearts. That goes on the front. There it is there, number 22. Okay. I've then grabbed another 9 of hearts from another old deck of cards. Okay. And I've written 22 on that as well. The only difference between these two is the one that goes on top, like that, has sticky tape on it, double-sided tape. Not rough and smooth, double-sided tape on there. Okay. Now this is why I've used the spot card, because it will show up on camera. You should be able to see those. I've deliberately put them there. As you know, when you're using double-sided tape in any of the tricks, try and use a picture card that's got plenty of colour on, because when you put double-sided tape on one of these over all the colour, it's very hard to spot it. It's almost invisible. When you put it on any of the white area of a playing card, like a spot card, after a while this double-sided tape gets grubby and dirty and dusty, and so it starts to change colour and people can see it a mile off. Okay, but please guys, the reason I've done it on this tutorial is so you can actually see it. Okay, I would recommend on the face of your pack you use duplicate picture cards. Okay, that way you won't see the double-sided tape. All right, with that said, we've now got the 2 duplicate cards. They've got the original one, got 22 on it, so I took a duplicate, put 22 on that, put this on top, and then I put the sticky tape on here. So this is double-sided tape. Okay, now that's all you need to do. This is the performance. The box, by the way, what I tend to do is I tend to just squeeze it to bow this top part of the case, because you don't want this face card sticking to the inside of the box. I then put the cards away, put this on, you're all good to go. That's done. In terms of writing this down, to be honest, you could use a piece of paper, a post-it note, anything you like, you can write down on there. So all I did is I used a business card from my wallet. I then just pulled this out. I wrote down 22, which is the number on the back of that 9. And I put that down there. Now they believe I've written the Jack of Clubs, the Ace of Diamonds or something like that. But you say I've written your card on there. Now, it's probably better if you phrase it, I've written your card on there, rather than I've written the name of your card. So I may have inadvertently said that in the performance, but I think it would sound better if you didn't tell them really what you wrote. So by me saying I've written the name, then I'm implying that I have written the Queen of Clubs, the Ace of Diamonds on there. So if you just say I've written your card on there. When they name a card and they have a choice of 52, there's nothing missing from the pack. That's the beauty of this. So let's say it was the Ace of Diamonds. You take the pack, you open it, and I squeeze the edges just to bow this up a little bit. To be honest, you're handling these, it doesn't matter if the card does stick a little bit inside the box, because you've got plenty of room just to grab that and just yank it out. Yeah, pull it on there. But it comes out quite easily. Keep the faces, you don't want to bring it out like this because you don't want to reveal the numbers yet. Bring it out like this, show them the box, get rid of that and take the cards. Now, you then say you chose a card from this pack. Now, be careful, don't spread the top two because they're a duplicate. So I just push a bunch of them, just say, now you've chosen a card, what was it? The Ace of Diamonds. You go through looking for the Ace of Diamonds. When you get to that particular card, let's just see where it is. There it is, the Ace of Diamonds. Pull it out and drop it on top momentarily, like that. Now I clip it like this. What I'm deliberately doing, and trust me, in the audience, somebody will be clocking this card. Even the person you're delivering this to, subconsciously, although their focus is on this, they will see that this is a 9. This is why I say it's better to have this as a picture card, because it's more obvious. Okay, so when they choose this card, they spot this other picture card, or in my case, the 9 of Hearts, and they'll put that in the back of their mind. You show it like this, then you square it up, you say, well, hang on a minute, just in case you think. Now, as I push this across, I clip it in exactly the same, but can you see that we're still seeing a 9? So the audience will think nothing secretive or tricky has been done. Everything is clean at the moment. You've removed it, put it on there, everything is clean. Go through and say, just in case you think there's duplicate cards or anything untoward with the cards, let me just show you the rest of the pack. So you're doing two things here. One, to show that there's no duplicate Ace of Diamonds, and secondly, that they are all different. You could have had any of these. Come back to here, just a little bit of pressure on that. Take this and try it down there. Now, because it's got that sticky tag, look at that. It's perfect. There's no bowing of the edge. You can look all around that. That is perfectly square and as one. And you drop that down there. Now, sometimes what I will do, if I'm doing it for magicians, I do like just to pick this up and remember, and I say to them, remember I did write your card on here. Can you notice that I drop it here? What I'm doing, just in case, you don't need to do this, I'm overcautious. In case someone has got 20/20 vision and they're thinking, oh, that card's a little bit thicker. It's hundreds of a millimetre thicker than a regular card. No one's going to know that. But just in case, I just drop that on there to cover up that front edge. There it is there. Now, the rest of the cards, you say, push them across. You say, look, I do the gag about this is your card, and I turn this over and it's got 22 on there. And then I go into the gag about that's because, were you counting? It was the 22nd card in the deck. Now, of course, you then move on and say, no, truly what this means is that every card in this pack, if you've chosen the 10 of spades, that is card 18. Ace of clubs, number 10. The Queen of clubs, 21. the King of Diamonds 25, Ace of Spades 27, and then you can show these. People are now getting on that the fact that every card in the pack is numbered and it's different. You then come over here and you say the Ace of Diamonds was a free choice. I wrote 22 on there. I really did know that that would be number 22. And you can throw this up in the air because it's all stuck together. You can handle it quite freely on there. I think it's a great little effect. Now, in terms of people saying, oh, can they examine it? It's not that type of trick. People tend to examine stuff when something looks a bit iffy. You know, you've been fiddling with a wooden box or an envelope or something like that. Then it raises their suspicion. This is as clean as you can get, handling everything. I mean, to be honest, I have in the past just said, look, just rub that. That doesn't rub off. It is there, and they can grab it, and then just turn it over and say, look, the ace. Look, let me show you. And I take it back from them. They've handled it. Yeah, they're not going to know the thickness. If you want to look as though they can examine everything, I then just turn the pack over, turn this over, and just say, look, there are no duplicates, but you might want to check these yourself. Look, I'm turning them over and I throw them down. You take them, and I push them to it, so you take them and examine them. And they can go through all the cards. I've already got rid of the one that you need to be careful of, the double. There it is there. Everything is pretty clean. I think that's a very strong effect. As I said, there's many commercial versions available that use a different method that take a bit more setting up. I quite like this because it's quick and simple to set up, and it's one to always carry around with you. It's a nice finishing to a performance on there. So until next time, don't forget, do subscribe, do like, do share this on your social media. That really does help us as a small channel when you share us on your Instagram, your Facebook, even just put a link. That would be fantastic. Anyway, that's it. Till next time, see you soon.